Hello to everybody. I'm Rafal Waniek, also known as Eddie. I'm the studio director of Evermotion. Today I will show you some of our stuff. But before I will start all the craziness we do at Evermotion, I will do a short introduction because as far as I know, lots of you, we are our customers. You know us only from the models. And actually we are a studio, so we hire CG artists. And we don't sell only models and on the stuff you see on the screen. We also do a lot of projects, commercial projects, not commercial projects. Everything you see behind me is done in-house, actually. So we're hiring like 16 people right now. All CG artists, all journalists are working 3ds Max and V-Ray, of course. That's what we have. We also use lots of other tools, so everything that can make our life easier. We use it a lot. Our projects that we do not for selling, I'll show you some of them. Mainly, we work as a subcontractor, so lots of stuff we do actually we cannot show you. If you are a gamer, you probably recognize some of them. So Gears of War, Darksiders too. So we have done a lot, all these environments. We working with companies like Plastic Works from Australia. We also do a lot of environments for movies. We work with Platish Image from Warsaw. It's one of the biggest company in CG studios actually in Poland. We also do a lot of stuff for IKEA. I cannot show you, but at least I can tell you that we can do it because we're working with them few years already, and yeah, they say this year you can talk to people that yes, we actually working together. So yeah, woohoo! you can laugh. Come on. Okay, we work for IKEA. So every catalog you see, it's Evermotion work actually. So if you're working, you have a company, you have projects, you can call us. We will work for you as well. So we're open to any business you want to do with us as well. But remember, we work only from 8 to 4 today. And that's something that we like, that we don't do any after hours. Yeah, some clients are calling us like almost 4. Let's change this, and this. And I said, okay, but tomorrow. What? What you are doing after 4? Come on, we are leaving. Yeah. With those machines, we are people. We have fun stuff to do, not only the chairs and etc. Okay, let's come with some of the workflows we do at Evermotion. Yeah, you see our pipeline and some turbo for the cola, if you know what I mean. Actually, I might disappoint you. There is no some perfect workflow that we do. Every artist has his own workflow at Evermotion, at least when it comes for our projects, for internal projects, for all the stuff we do. So yeah, we use them a lot also for the scenes, so that's a part of the workflow actually. And so every artist has a free will actually, so we can, as long as he uses 3ds Max and V-Ray, he can do whatever technique he wants, and as long as it looks good at the end and doesn't take ages to do, at least 10 work days is okay for a scene. He can use whatever tools he wants, whatever new tools he finds on the web, then share it with others, and we can use them as well. So, but at least I need to show you some workflow, okay? References, yeah, that's actually, I will use 2 scenes, interior and exterior. One of the older scenes, but these are scenes that I made. And usually I do a lot of paperwork at Evermotion, so it's a long time that I actually done something to this Max, so at least I know those tools because I made them. So first thing, references. We use a lot of references actually. We have some architects at Evermotion, but most of the artists that we are hiring are self-taught, so they don't know much about architects, but they're artists, so we are using lots of references as an inspiration. That's actually the start for everything. Okay, interior and exterior. Actually, the first thing that I'm doing for every scene, every project, is simple blocking. You can use the reference as on the background, so you can match it if you want perfectly. But usually I don't do it. Just to just to have something nice. It's okay. So blocking the scene, some simple lighting, and yeah, there are also I'm making as simple as possible. So probably for interiors, I'm using one HDR map in the environment and put some lights in the windows. For exteriors, I'm always using sun, very sky. It works. So why making it complicated? I saw many times that people making some mistakes by rendering all in white, for example, and then changing like floor, make it dark, or so you have to do some talk about things about how the end result will look. So if you're working with green walls or something like this, just put the green wall and start when you do the first renders. Okay, next step. So lots of models, arc models actually. We are using lots of our stuff for these scenes. So we can concentrate more on the lighting, more on the details. Like here, for example, I can spend 2 hours with something to make it more realistic, because I have lots of other stuff already made and just put it in the scene. Floors, we use generators for the floors. We use as much scripts and mask generators as you can. So next thing. So it's already all the models are inside, and that's a cool part. The script is called Zorb. I don't know who wrote it, but he's a genius actually. And I'm using it a lot to organize everything in the scene, because at the end, I'm also responsible for checking every scene that artist made inside Evermotion, because at the end, there's a lot of mess in the scene, so some standard materials, other stuff, and everything you can see in the Zorb actually. It's all the modifiers, all the materials, all the mess is in this window. So I can check it, say, come on, you have lots of standard materials. What do? Go back, change it. Materials, yeah, I will not talk about much of working with the materials, because yeah, it's obvious. Here you can see notes. Actually, I don't use this kind of material. I use the old school, but it looks better in the presentation actually. Yeah, and the old school. Okay, lighting. Like I said, for interiors, if I want something like soft shadows, I use some HDR maps and put some lights in the windows, portals actually. For the exteriors, I have like very sun, very sky, but here is 2 extra lights only for this scene. That's why I chose it. The one direct light is only to get some better speculars, extra speculars on the trees actually. And the second one, it's only for the caustic for the pool. It's very efficient. So you make an include with nothing in the scene. You change some parameters of the light to generate caustics, and actually put the light only on the pool, and you generate caustic only there. It's very efficient. It doesn't affect anything else. It just generates caustics, whatever you want it. Actually, all this making of is on our site for both scenes in details. So you can also see the rendering settings. Actually, there are also not some special rendering settings for the scene. For interiors, I'm using Radness map and light cache. For the exteriors, brute force and light cache, and that's common for every scene, actually. If there are problems like bugs, then you can put more effort in the settings, but the standard thing works very good. Okay, let's get to the point of new fields in the arch-viz, because at Evermotion we often experiment with new products. So we're not only arch models, not only scenes, we try to give you something more so you have more time for you, actually. So we are not selling products like to the clients, actually. We are selling time. So you can have more free time just using our products. So one of our newest things are animated trees. Yeah, I know there are lots of generators, lots of stuff that you can generate trees, then you can move them around and animate. But actually, it's another tool that you have to buy or you have to use, you have to know, actually. So the idea actually about our products is like put it in the scene and just hit render. You don't have to know anything else, actually. Just put it in the scene. The idea about the animated trees, yeah, they're not so complicated. Here's a quick workflow. We're using for the medium poly trees some bend, some noise on the leaves, and just back it to the point cache, and it's all looped. So you can put lots of those scenes, a lot of trees in the scene, and it will work quite well. So another one, complete interior scenes. Yeah, that's the idea that came actually from our clients, because lots of things lots of presentation for the clients, like furniture, like lamps, and all the stuff you have at home. So the producer of those things always want to put it in some room that actually it looks like a part of your flat or something, not on the white background. And we often for this project we used our scenes, but it was like, yeah, one scene for one camera angle. If you move the angle too much, there's nothing there. So we came to the idea maybe we should make a complete scene, so we can sell it. We can also use it for our projects. You can also use it for VR, actually, because it's complete. You can put it on the goggles, use it for your project. You can dance with the camera all over the place, and it always will look good. So you can change the furniture, put it from the client, and do whatever you want with it. And the same idea was for complete house projects. It's a bit heavy scene, actually. All the stuff around the house is made. So you can throw the house, you can put your house, all the interior in the house are complete with all the models. So even if you don't want to use it as a scene, it's very, very nice thing for models collection, because you have a lot of models inside the scenes. So one of other experiments is, what's next? Product presentation. Yeah, a lot of people asking us about scenes that we use for our models presentation. So we do some renders of the models and just put it as advertisement. And we have a lot of asking, come on, put it as well for us, sell it. That's why came the idea of this presentation. Actually, those scenes are still work in progress. We will sell it with all the assets you see right now. Yeah, the guy who's working on this one is very talented, and he's doing a very great job with the rendering. But yeah, I need him for all the stuff, so it will take long before we finish this. But yeah, the scenes are really beautiful. Okay, next one. Unreal Engine, yeah, that's something that we are really proud of. I think we was the first company that put on the market full 10 already full scenes in Unreal Engine interiors. Right now, what you see behind me is work in progress. So the new scenes is for upcoming interiors. We have also working on some exteriors. Of course, new models, maybe game ready in the future. Right now, only for visualizations. We have also a separate team working only in Unreal Engine. So today is lead artist. Come on, guy, stay up. So he's made all this. He's the genius behind this. Yeah. It's really hard work because Epic Games is still developing the tools. And yeah, every month we have like, check your all content because the new version is here. And mostly it doesn't work. So that's a lot of work with this. Like I said, we're still developing it. We're still trying to make it as good as possible. What you can see now is, it's maybe few steps behind V-Ray, but we're working on it to make it as good as possible. I will not show you any pipeline right now because I'm not an expert, and only he is. It's still a lot of job, a lot of work. It's not like you put some models and you already have a scene. It's still a lot of baking. Like if you work on a project like animation, you have to render. This time you have to bake a lot on few machines for all the night, and you come up to the morning and it's still working, or it crashes, or etc. Because it's still in development. But the guys are making a really good job, so I think it's looking pretty nice. And last but not least, photogrammetry, also our child. I love all the models the guys do at Evermotion. And everything you see, actually, it's actual stuff. You have to put it in the studio and make some photos. So we have really fun when all the food was in the studio. So they have to check it and then they have to eat it. We already put some of the models in the market. So all the food you see behind me is already online. There are also some post-apocalyptic models as well. Let's talk about a little bit of the workflow. So we use Agisoft, as you can see. So lots of photos for every piece we are scanning, at least 40. If you make more, then it's like more details. And then everything goes to Agisoft, actually. So computing. Then goes the hard way, actually, the hard work, because we need to import it to. We're using ZBrush to clean the wires. Actually, it's a lot of work, and it takes even one day to clean up one piece of tree or something like this. So after that it's UV mapping and goes back to Agisoft for texture rebaking. We adjust the textures, of course, in Photoshop a little bit, and at the end, put in the V-Ray and 3ds Max, and do some renders, of course, and voila, we have something like this. And this is actually the scene which will be part of the upcoming ARC models. We will put it, of course, as a bonus. Everything you can see right now are 3D scanned models. So this will be ARC models collection. Coming soon, it's almost there. And I think that's it. I was fast.